Hello everyone, this is Kartosael and welcome to the first episode of my new LP. This Let's Play is Minecraft obviously, and it is a single player. Unlike my previous Let's Plays, which have all been multiplayer on a server of those less acquainted with Minecraft. And yeah, so for this Let's Play I do have some general ideas what I want to do, but one of my problems, or you could call them traits I suppose, is that I tend to think in very big concepts. Anything I design turns out to be big and megalomaniac. And I do have two projects in mind I want to do, but they are both extremely big. So big in fact that I will have to wait until later in the game to actually start building those. Considering one of those will be in the end, I really don't have a choice there. Yes, so unlike my... Oh my. Right, so unlike my multiplayer Let's Play, this one will cover a lot more. Where the multiplayer version was more of a show and tell. So I built something and I recorded and I was all like, oh look at what I built, it's doing great. I'm not going to be like that. It's going to cover a lot more, as you can already see. You can now see me punching down trees with a passion. I rarely ever showed that on my previous format, so yeah, and that if that is an improvement or not at all is of course open to interpretation. But considering it is an LP, I suppose you could argue it's supposed to be in here. But I'm going, yeah, alright. Short recap. I have this huge idea for my main base. It's not going to happen anytime soon. So my previous base is, how that one will be built is going to be dictated by the biomes I find. So right now I'm in a plain, not my preferred place of construction to be honest. Unless it's to expand the village, but I'm not seeing any villages around. And jumping like that is not good for my food situation. There we go. Enough wool for a bed. I'm going to kill some more chickens for some food. And feathers, never forget the feathers. And the observant types among you may have already seen that I am in fact using a texture pack. It's subtle, to the point that the texture pack only replaces the sprites for tools and some, how do you call them, armor. Yeah, such a tricky word, so hard to remember. So anyway, for my first base I hope to find something like a cave, so I can just use that as a template, start building from there. I prefer to build underground, to be completely honest, because you know, if you have a building inside of a tunnel, enemies can only come from two places. If it's a tunnel with two exits, I mean, you have tunnels with more exits, but oh well, you just keep blocking them off until you have two exits, or one even. I probably should be getting some coal and stone. So yes, I'm hoping to find a cave. That's all I was trying to say, I believe. And swamps don't really do good for that. I do not want to stray too far from the swamp, to be really honest, because it's such an easy source of slime balls nowadays. No longer needing to search for a slime chunk really makes that a lot easier. And I have found that hunting for slimes in a swamp at night can actually be quite fun, and you're not seeing anything, I suppose. And neither am I really, so let's get out. Oh, fiddlesticks, I don't even have a pick yet. So let's do that first. And of course I do not have enough sticks. There we go. I'll leave you up for now and get some real tools going. And my grid placement is subpar, to say the least. And we have some coal. I also saw in the darkness that there was at least one block of iron down there, so yeah, not to make this too tedious, because startups generally are, even, you know, they're tedious for me, so you can imagine how tedious they will be for someone watching it all. I will mine this coal, which I almost already completely have done, and start my I've collected a lot of chicken meat, and I'll be cooking that, and I'll be collecting that iron over there, and then I'll be back with you. Alright, I think we stayed long enough here. It's time to venture on. And I have no idea where I came from, to be honest. I think I came from that way, so I'll be going this way. And I do realize it's getting night. Actually, it's getting night really, really fast. So yeah, I came from that way. Right, chicken. And actually, it might be beneficial to go underground, even if it's not for an actual base yet, just for safety. Oh no, there's nothing here. Actually, I could just plant down my bed and sleep. There we go, a stroke of genius. Every now and then, I do have them. There. So we'll continue on this way. Is this another ravine? No. Oh, but I did fell down it. Fell into it. Yeah. English can be so hard. No, really. It's not that hard a language. It's just, if it's not your native language and suddenly you have to speak it for an extended period of time, like I'm doing right now, and you have to speak it to, well, see, that's wrong. You have to speak a language to people who, you know, maybe if you're the one watching, that will be you. English may be your native language. It may also be not your native language. Either way, my English must be good enough for both of those categories of people to understand it. If my English is absolute bad, then, well, you know, you can be bad in two ways. You can be bad that English people will be like, oh, I think he meant this. But all the others will be like, what the are you talking about? And of course you can always mutilate a language to be more conform to your own. And by that I mean literally translating phrases and certain word usage and placement. Oh my. Oh my. We're having a rave. Quite the large rave. Not the good one. Oh, lots of coal. Coal is good. This underground stuff is actually not bad if it didn't dead end. Anyway, as I was saying, something about, oh dear, I've completely lost my train of thoughts. Anyway, I think I was somewhere to the point where I was going to say, you sometimes say something thinking it's correct, but it's actually more adaptation of one language into another. The Dutch, I'm part of those, are especially good at that. We like to translate our sayings directly into English, resulting them in making no sense at all. Not only that, the Dutch grammar is so complex that when trying to talk another language, we sometimes just mangle the entire grammar. So if my English isn't all that good, please bear with me. If you find it annoying that I'm constantly trying to improve myself, no, to correct myself, that would be the better term. Do you know what I just did? That, if you find that annoying, then, well, I'm sorry. But that's the only way for me to improve. And if I do say something wrong, yeah, well, I'll probably know that. And prefer not to have everybody comment me about that. Well, anyway. So, still on the lookout for a decent place to settle down, and I've lost sight of the swamp. The one thing I did not want to lose sight of. But I'm good at that. I have a natural knack for getting lost. And for lagging, apparently. So, this is the deer swamp. This is, you know what? I'll go F3. Extreme Hill's Edge. Yeah, I sort of figured that, I suppose. Should have figured that. Oh, we're lagging quite a bit. Ah, egg. So, I could do several things. I could move back to the swamp, or I could find an interesting place in the extreme hills. But right now I'm just slaughtering chickens for life. I'm not entirely sure why, because I have enough meat. We have plains over there, quite clearly visible by the color of the grass. There just doesn't appear to be anything of interest around. Bummer that. Well, I'm going to keep looking around, because I'm the type of guy that, yeah, you know, he just wants that specific location that never really does exist, but once I come close to that point, then I'll settle down. Woohoo! That was one lucky find. No, I don't think you do. It's really frustrating for me, actually. Because for the longest of time, I've always had this idea of I'm going to find a village and I'm going to expand it and live in it and, you know, all those kinds of things. And when you finally make up your mind to not go down that path, you start finding villages everywhere. Maybe not that extreme, but you do tend to find a lot of villages all of a sudden. And that can be quite frustrating, to be honest. But for oh, bummer. Do I have dirt? No, I don't. I don't have dirt. Well, the brightest side, I do have my favorite resource of food. Yes, I know. My favorite source of food is potatoes. Well, not like this, of course. I need to bake them first. Why I do enjoy eating potatoes so much is that they are rather cheap to build or farm, or however you want to put it. I mean, you just stick them in the ground and you harvest them. And they can yield 2 to 3 at any one time. So that's pretty good. Of course they can also yield 1, but You get a lot, actually. Let's just put it like that. You get quite a lot of potatoes. You do need to bake them, that much is true, but since they added the fact that you earn experience from baking stuff, that's actually more of a plus point in my opinion than it would ever be a downside. But I do not want to stay near the village. As I said, I decided not to do that. And my presence would only incur zombie sieges, which would mean that if I ever plan to return to them, which is very likely, there will be no village for me to return to. That's bad. And I'm out of torches, which is almost as equally bad. Almost equally as bad. And my English is mangled up once more. So, yes, I'll just dig some more coal and keep searching. Now, I'm not going for that coal. There's a limit to being mineral hungry, and I think I just reached it. So, done farming a bit of coal. May have gotten carried away a little bit, but I have a good starting amount now. And still not a place to live, which is kind of a bummer. And oh, I actually thought I was going to get hurt there, but I didn't. Right, Minecraft, consistently inconsistent, at your service. So, lakes are always jolly good places to build around, but this one does not seem to be interesting in any way. Although there's desert, and I do want to check that out. There was something over there. Oh yeah, snow biome. My mind is just weird. Let's just keep it that for now. I saw that snow biome and I thought, I want to check that out. And instead, that is a skeleton. I need to kill that one. Ow. If it doesn't kill me first. Ow. Which is plausible. Ah, no, I did manage to kill it. Also want to see if there was any iron exposed in this little hidey hole. No, just more skeletons, so let's leave that. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I want to go there, to be honest. Ooh, wolf. Is there funky. Anyway. Hi there, boy. Wanna be my pet? No. No. Blimey. Well, that's too bad. I really wanted one of those. But, oh well. I'll have to come back for them, I suppose. Man. Oh. What's this? Oh, I know what it is. I just want to know if it's interesting enough. It's... Oh! Ooh, iron. Oh my word, that's a disaster waiting to happen. In so many different ways. I planned for that, really. Go away. You two, go, go. No, I want a bone. Alright, I survived. Oh, I actually survived. Right. So yes, I do have a tendency to sound like a little girl whenever I'm in trouble. But don't let that faze you. Blimey. No, what? How many of you are there? I'll just use them for blast mining, I suppose. And this goes into a rather big cave, actually. This might be what I'm looking for. It's not too far from the swamp biome. It's quite a ways, but not too far, I suppose. This is quite a nice iron vein. There may have been more, though, that the creeper blew. I guess I'll never know. Well, I could, but... So, let's explore this a little bit more. There is a lot of iron. That pleases me greatly. It's somewhat deep. Which I don't know if I like that or not. I suppose it has advantages. Whee! Yeah, I'm gonna grab the iron and explore this cave a bit. Skylight. Let's get some string. String? No string. Of course. Why would that be? Do I hear a skeleton? Oh! Skeleton. Nothing. Fine. No mobs for me to slay? Nothing? Nothing at all? Oh, you desperately want to be my friend. Ah! Wow, that actually worked. Right. Welcome. Oi. I'm talking to you. I'm your owner. Like I said, welcome to the crew, boy. I'll call you Bandit. Yeah? Alright with you? Whatever, just come along. So, yes. No string, that's a bummer. I secretly wish you could turn wool into string. I know you can do the other way around, but plenty of sheep, and you know, once you've got shears, wool's no longer a problem. But unless you're really into hunting spiders... Oh, what was that? It's raining wolves, boys, it's raining wolves. Wolves rain. Awkward reference. If you didn't get that reference, well, it's no use explaining it actually. Yeah, this was the entrance to that cave, and I'm actually, yeah, it's just good to decide that once and for all I'm going to live in that cave. Oi, eat. Let's do that. Yes, let's see. Of course, this will have to be prettified. I've got plenty of space to build. I mean plenty. I might close this off. I don't know, I kinda like the skylight. So I did explore this cave quite a lot, but nowhere near done exploring it, to be honest. There was nothing really up there. So it will take a long time to completely discover this thing. Completely explore would be a better way of putting it. So I got my work cut out. You know, it has advantages. If you want to go caving, you just stroll out of your bedroom and you're there. I mean, stuff like this. A bandit. It's a really cheesy name, I know. Well, I have my reasons. And I really should say a lot less, because it's annoying. I want to say it again. Anyway, trying to find a nice master bedroom sort of thing. Imagig. Actually, if I close that off, I might. because there's really nothing up there. Be back in a sec. Alright, I kind of like the centralness. That's not a real word, but who cares. The fact that this room is quite centered. I mean, you've got my exit over there, got lots of branches shooting off all the way all those ways. Got my skylight, which I might plug. And yeah, so I'll set up my bedroom here for now. Get another forge going. There we go. That will be enough for now. Get my iron cooking. Quite a lot of iron actually. Get a chest going. You know, all the basic stuff. There we go. Food goes in there. I heard something. No, maybe I don't. There we go. In case you're wondering why do you carry the rotten flesh, well, bandit might get hurt or hungry, and I don't want that, dear boy. No, I don't want that. So, right, let me check on the time I have been recording. Here we are. I checked the recording time and saw it was almost time to end the episode. I did manage to smelt most of my iron. As you can see from my tools, they're iron now. So is my armor. And I chopped down a bit of wood in preparation for what I want to do eventually around here. Didn't go that much exploring, but I did go to that desert because when I was looking back my recordings I saw that desert and I completely forgot about that. However, that was just one big fat disappointment since there was nothing there but sand and cacti. I was hoping for something like a desert village or a pyramid, but unfortunately no. So that will conclude the first episode of this series. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, please do tell. And I will hope to see you next time.